Hey, everybody, welcome to HBCU Game Day. A very special guest. I tell you, with my own eyes, I have not seen anyone do it better. And he has a closet full of Olympic medals, national championships to back it up. There's none other than a treasure of the nation, Mr. Carl Lewis. Carl, thank you so much for joining us, man. It's such a great opportunity to talk to you as we get ready for the Olympic qualifiers.
Great. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
You first, I want to ask you, I want to go back in time one weekend. I know you work with the University of Houston, you and Leroy Burrell, you guys have them flying off the charts down there. Our audience is super excited about HBCUs. Obviously, North Carolina A&T had an incredible weekend at the NCAAs. What was your thought when you saw what they were able to do? Kind of uncharted territories for HBCUs.
Well, first of all, I've known Coach Ross and what their program's been doing for years because, 4 or 5 years ago, as University of Houston started building up, we tried to be a leader in breaking the Power 5 structure. And so to see what's happening with North Carolina A&T, it's been a few years now, since about 2017. So I've noticed it, and I'm just excited because we're so entrenched in you can't be successful unless you're on everything and in Power 5. And in reality, I've always said it's not the conference, it's the coach and the system. So I think the best thing about it is that it's telling the world that you can go to an HBCU, you can be successful. It's not just about having all these extra facilities. It's not about having bowling alleys and beautiful things. It's really about the basic coaching and the basic system. Because you know what? You can have all those great things at your school, but I want someone to teach me how I can buy them. And I think that's what's so great. Don't give it to me. Teach me how to get my own. And I think that's what Coach Ross and what they're doing at A&T, and I'm really excited about it.
You have some exciting things coming up as we talk now. You're teaming up with Team Silk Protein, and you guys are going to be doing some work with some HBCUs. Can you let us know about that?
Yeah, we're so excited because I've been a soy milk drinker, for over 25 years. And, Silk Team Protein Initiative is actually, we're helping support track and field programs at HBCUs. And what's exciting to me is that we're going to have a donation of up to $10,000 or $10,000 rather for 5 HBCUs. And what's good about it is anyone can actually nominate those programs, and they can go to silkteamprotein.com and nominate those schools. Now, I obviously went to the University of Houston. I did not go to an HBCU, but my parents did. They both went to Tuskegee. That's where they met. And so it's always been very, very dear to my heart. And I think this is a wonderful program that's just going to help elevate other programs in a timely time when A&T is getting so much attention. So now we can start spreading that attention out to other programs.
Wow, I did not know that about you. Your parents are graduates of Tuskegee. I've had feet on the ground there plenty of times, so that's pretty cool. And you're actually from Birmingham, right? You were born in Birmingham.
Yes, I was born in Birmingham. We spent 2 years there. It was a different time, 1961, but I learned a lot from it, and I still have a lot of roots. Obviously, a lot of family still there. I'm in the Hall of Fame there, so there's a connection to all of my process. Alabama and of course New Jersey and now Houston.
What is it going to be like for college kids this weekend? The Olympic qualifiers. Last weekend, it was the NCAAs. Look, they're all competitive. There was a lot on the line. We all understand that. But this weekend, I mean, these are professional runners. Like their car note, their mortgage, their livelihood is on the line with them finishing well and even winning. What is that step up in competition like?
Well, in a lot of ways, I think the Olympic trials every 4 years is the best the best meet in the world this year, the U.S. Olympic trials. But I think the second best meet really continuously is the NCAA championships. So I have one athlete named Jordan Booker who's going today. He says, "Coach, what do I do? It's the Olympic trials." And I said, "Well, actually, you do everything you're supposed to do last week. Just do it better this week." So I think that most of the athletes are really tested. They're going to do well. We're going to have quite a few college kids make the team. And I think the big issue now is they're going against these post-collegiate athletes that can earn a living. They can look at this as their stepping stone to not only making it a team, getting exposure, but also in the near future, they'll be able to take home prize money from these kind of events. So to me, this is one of the most important trials ever because it's a real true stepping stone for what it's going to be like athletically, what their future is going to be like, what post-collegiate life is going to be like. So I think that the college athletes are going to do very well.
All right, a couple more questions. We appreciate your time. We have about as much time with you as it takes me to run a mile. So speaking of that, Carl, for guys in my wheelhouse who enjoyed your career, man, and looked up to you for so long, as we start to get up there and, 50, 60, we're trying to keep it together. Any tips for the old guys out here?
Well, I'll tell you something. I will be 60 in 2 weeks from today. I'm still trying to figure out how to be the age without the number, but that doesn't work. No, really, the thing is that years ago, back in the 80s, I heard George Burns say something, and he wanted to live to be 100. And he says, if you want to live to be a long time, you have to have a reason to get up. And so find things in your life that give you a reason to get up. During the pandemic and we were all in lockdown, I tried to focus on myself. I lost weight. I started lifting weights, doing things, and really taking that time, not having to travel, to focus on me. So I think I would say to everyone, go in the mirror and see what you like and see what you don't like, and then challenge that person. Because if you can separate what you want to be from what you are, then that where you want to be can inspire the other one. So whether it's changing your diet, of course we love Silk soy milk, and that's been a part of my life now for 25 years. Maybe you'll cut back or go to a plant-based diet, which has been the same thing for me. But those are things that I wanted to do. But find something. Maybe it's family related. Maybe it's just walking. I find something in that mirror that you can challenge that person to do, and that's where you start.
And what is this about you in 300 pounds that you're going to lift? What type of movement are we talking about between you and 300 pounds?
Well, through the pandemic, I started lifting weights, and what happened is that I started kind of posting it on Instagram. And unfortunately, I liked what I saw. And so then I opened my big fat mouth 300 days out and said I wanted to bench press 300 pounds at 60. So the crazy thing about it, I've never benched 300 pounds in my life. I hadn't lifted weights in 8 years. So it was a challenge. And it's been amazing because I didn't realize how scary it was until I started. Because then realized I have no idea, am I too old to lift that? Will my body respond again? Will I get strong? Will I get injured? And there were so many issues that I didn't think about when I made that, but it also inspired me to work hard. So I have 2 weeks there. I've been fiercely going fast. It's been tough the last month because of our college season, but I'm gonna give it the best shot, and I am gonna post it. And no matter what, I'm going to bench 300 pounds.
Wow, that's 245 plates and a 35 on each side, right? Or I forgot about the bar. So
yeah, and yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. You know what? I haven't lifted it yet, so I'm still working on all the other little things that go with it.
Well, I'll have to work on that math a little bit. I totally left out the bar. Well, Carl Lewis, thank you so much. And I honestly mean this, man. The work that you put in to entertain us all for over 2 decades in track and field, we really appreciate that. We had a front row seat to you on television, and it was never a dull moment. And the things you're doing with Silk Team Protein for HBCUs, that's awesome. So thank you very much, Carl.
I appreciate it. So I just want to really challenge. Remember, anyone can go nominate someone. So go to silkteamprotein.com and nominate your favorite.